Alabama have transitioned to learning online and through learning packets as well. Well, in Scottsboro today, the school district is handing out round 2 of those learning packets.
Joining us now via Zoom call is Scottsboro City Schools Superintendent Dr. Jose Reyes. Dr. Reyes, thank you so much for joining us again.
Thank you for having us this morning.
All right, so we talked to you when we were getting ready to start the distance learning and everything. You're done with round 1. How did that look for your district?
I think it went very well. Fortunately, in about a district with 2,400 and about 50 kids, 75 to 80% of our children have access to internet and technology. So we had to provide very few devices and internet connectivity. Very few of those did we have to provide. We do give out the educational packets, and it went very well 2 weeks ago. We start today with the second round. And just very briefly, what we did is we followed the guidelines. Anytime we give out the educational packets, there's a 72-hour quarantine on making the packets and then handing those out. So those were created on Friday. And so we actually gave about 3.5 to 4 days before we actually handed the packets out. So they'll go out today from 10 to 2 at 4 of the schools. From 2 to 6, it will be the junior high. And so we will receive what they turn in. We will place that in some tubs that we have, and then we will place those in a location where they will set for a 72-hour quarantine as well before we ever even consider getting those out, taking a look at them, seeing how well the students did and what students may need further help as we start the beginning of next year. So that's kind of where we are today on the packets. And again, the online instruction is going very well. Our teachers have adapted very quickly. Most of our teachers are very adept at technology, so we've been very pleased for the most part.
Can you walk us through really quickly what your new grading system looks like for students and parents?
Basically, the accountability plan gave us several options, and what we chose, we did a combination of 2 options. The first option we chose was 9 through 12. Basically, obviously, all seniors who are in good standing were considered graduates, so grades 9, 10, and 11. Our decision was to give them the grade that they had for the third 9 weeks. That was one of the options, so we did that. And then any of those who chose to continue, which we've had numerous students do this, they actually can improve their final grade by doing the work that we give them through educational packets or the online option. So we have numerous kids who are continuing to work because they obviously want a higher GPA, improve their standing and ranking within their classes. And then grades K through 8, we chose the pass-fail option. And again, the pass-fail option, we've had very few complaints with that. I know a lot of parents want a numerical value, but it's really not, I think it's difficult to give a true numeric value. And so the pass-fail option gives us more of an opportunity to base what we do on effort. And again, because of the situation, obviously, we're going to be very rational in how we choose to give a child, a pass-fail for the fourth 9 weeks. So again, if the kids, work hard for us and participate, we certainly see all of our kids having no problem with getting a pass for the fourth 9 weeks.
Dr. Reyes says everybody's getting adjustments, and I'm sure you guys are continuing to do lessons learned and adjustments and so on. But you do have some concerns as we're heading into the fall, don't you?
Yes, we do. And one of the things, we got a pamphlet yesterday from our local EDA in the county. This was a pamphlet, I believe, that was distributed statewide through the industrial and business individuals that basically gave guidelines that they were looking for. And what concerned me about that is in a lot of those guidelines, if you take that and apply it to the schools, it's going to be very, very difficult if we have to, if we're forced to follow some of those things more as mandates, because again, I certainly think we should at this time respect, for example, the 6-foot social distancing. I think that's extremely important. But then if we start back in August, that could certainly be problematic if you're in a classroom with 25 students and a teacher, and with the classroom space, me being a former math teacher, I've already taken the square footage and 25 kids and a teacher, and to place them in a room where they're 6 foot apart, logistically, that's impossible. Although it may be necessary to do, the logistics again seem quite impossible. So, I'm not sure we will go back as normal. if things don't settle down, if a vaccine's not created, I can see us having some logistical issues, buses as well. How do you get all the kids to school on a bus if the mandates are they have to be 6 feet away from each other at all times? I think anyone can, if they put those in their head, they can see where there's a issue and a problem with that logistically.
All right, already thinking ahead to this fall. Dr. Reyes, Superintendent, Scottsboro City Schools, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you. Anytime. Appreciate y'all having me on.
Absolutely.